Okay, this this recording situation I have is pretty atrocious. I don't know of a product or a mount off the top of my head that can, like some kind of tripod that won't have the legs in frame. But that's doesn't matter. That's not the point of the video. The main topic of the video is oh geez, I can't remember. Probably this stuff. This is DeOxit D100 from, I think it's CAIG Laboratories, but it's spelled like Craig without the R. Trying to find that. Oh yeah. Oops. Right there. CAIG Laboratories. I don't know what that means. I haven't bought anything else from these guys aside from the DeOxit D5. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. I love this stuff. It is one of the few miracle products that exist in the world. If you work on cars, there's all this stuff that's like stop leak, this mechanic in a jar kind of stuff that never really works, and they all market themselves as being these miraculous products, these like these wizard potions that'll make you slay 100 dragons in your sleep kind of thing. They're all scams, but this DeOxit D100 stuff actually works, and it follows through on every one of its promises here. I never bought something like this and had it actually work. So, I guess I'll tell you what it is now. It says cleaner audio, clearer video, and reliable data. Now, all of this is a bunch of gobbledygook, and essentially what this is a contact cleaner, an electrical contact cleaner, and it's also it prevents corrosion and stuff in the future. It's a lubricant, and it says it seals and protects. I don't know what it means by that. I've never used this in a situation where I had to seal anything. Maybe I just don't know what it means by that. But yeah, improves contacts, definitely does that. Removes oxidation. It can, if it's very minor. Now, I've sprayed this on Nintendo 64 and original NES RF shields that have had serious rust and pitting and all of that. This is not going to fix that. This is not a rust remover. It's not gonna remove any kind of heavy pitting, but what it will do is remove surface level oxidation, and it will really restore battered contacts to their former glory. I have used this in countless scenarios. When I first discovered this stuff, I got the great big spray bottle of the DeOxit D5, I think it is. The larger can of this DeOxit. No. So the D100 means that it's 100% solution. So D5 means it's like 5% solution. That's how the naming scheme works. The larger can is DeOxit D5. That's how I discovered this product, I guess, was through DeOxit D5. And with that little can of D5, I've worked on countless things. There was a time I was installing a 7.1 surround sound system in the basement, and one of the buttons to mount the speaker to its post was wedged up, and as a joke, we just kind of sprayed this in there, and it released the button. It lubricated the button to where it can mount into its post again. It was a little spring-loaded kind of mechanism. I guess in hindsight, maybe water could have done that, but another thing I've used this stuff on was a very close friend of mine had a house fire years ago, and his favorite game, probably of all time, is The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, and his childhood copy of Majora's Mask was very heavily mangled by the fire, but it wasn't. I mean, I thought it was going to be beyond repair. I used the DeOxit D100 on that. I took it out of its case, the board out of the cartridge, and I did a very thorough deep clean. I reflowed the joints. I removed solder that was contaminated with the wick, and then added new fresh solder in. Did a lot of work to that thing, but all of the soldering I've done, I don't think was the star of the show. I think the DeOxit pulled most of the work there, because the contacts, the pins on the cartridge. Here, let me get an example. Okay, this will work. It's not exactly, well, it is a Nintendo 64 cartridge, but this is the official cleaning kit. It has a felt pad, but I'm just using this as an example here. So the pins on that copies of Majora's Mask were all brown. They were tarnished. I mean, yeah, they look like they went through a house fire. That makes sense. I got some of this and a Q-tip, cotton swab, whatever you want to call it, and it went through the pins. I wish I recorded it, and it polished the pins up like you wouldn't believe. I've never seen anything like that in my years and years and years of working on electronics, and I can't believe I haven't discovered this stuff any sooner. If you work on electronics and you don't have this, you need to get it. You have to try it out. You don't even have to get the big fancy spray bottle. You can get the little, they sell a little vial, kind of the same form factor as nail polish. And you can brush it on, and you can, see for yourself how much, if you like it, if you don't like it, whatever. If you know somebody else that works on electronics, give them a little recommendation. This stuff has really helped me out. Trying to think of other scenarios I've used this in. I mean, basically any board I get, whether it's an old console I buy to fix up and keep for myself, or if it's a console for a customer, anything of that nature, I always coat it in a thin layer of this DeOxit compound, just for the protective properties that it has on circuitry. It's for the amount of fluid. It says it's 2 ounces. So 2 ounces of fluid. This will last you a very, very long time. I think it's very worth the money. It's not necessarily cheap, but it's not ridiculously expensive. I would say it's priced very fairly considering what it's capable of. Yeah, that's the DeOxit D100. Kind of a different video than what I usually do. Yeah, more to come.